for you because you said from your post,
Not
you
me.
said, I mean, from your post, your internal post, you said people wanted a running mate from Ashanti, which was
For
popular.
the MPP,
For
yeah.
the MPP, yes, which was a popular view a lot of people held. But Napo at the time was one of the most popular Ashantis who were in frontline politics, where the few names were mentioned. Education Minister Yareduchum, even Joe Sewusu's name was mentioned, Kokofu, and a few other names were mentioned. But he stood tall, and the fact that he led a free SHS, which was quite popular, and he was the guy at the energy ministry, and we were told that there was no doomsday and all of that. He was managing the thing well, and his closeness to Menchia, which became a huge matter, and how the Asantehene received him, prayed for him, encouraged him, and all of that. People thought there was no better candidate there by the pedigree than Napo, and so you couldn't blame Bawumia for going for him because he was the obvious choice. What do you say?
Well, I don't think they did proper consultations enough, because if the Ashanti vote the way it turned out, clearly, that was a rebuff. That was clearly saying, we didn't like you, we will never have liked you anyway, so go home. That's the clearest answer. I mean, what else would you say? That they were stupid, that they didn't know that this guy was unhinged and going on off rails, say all sorts of funny things. I mean, it's like my good friend Donald Trump's talking about people eating cows and all kinds of things, and then what do they call it? He goes on talk about this Hannibal. Charlie, that was a perfect champion, negative champion side. The guy just goes off the rails and he's going on and on. Ashantis aren't stupid. They are not. Just as other Ghanaians aren't stupid. So they were watching him and said, but trust her. And fortunately, they got what they wanted. There were many Ashantis. There were very many Ashantis. The fact that they said they wanted an Ashanti didn't mean that they wanted anybody who could clown around and be in charge.
I see. I mean, just a final before I come to Alassane Suini. Are we not blaming the MPP too much for the defeat? Are we not whipping them too much? We live in a global context. We see what is happening around the world. There's a wind of change blowing. We saw that happen in the US. I mean, Trump, with all his troubles, charges, just awaiting sentencing, etc., won an election and won it quite emphatically. We saw what happened in the UK. I mean, Labour beating the Conservatives in a manner that many never expected, like we've seen in Ghana. Even South Africa, France, all of those places suffered some difficulties. Are we not blaming the NPP too much, being oblivious of the global context? Yes, frankly.
Listen, look, I don't discount global issues. But all the instances you cited, from America to the UK to France, it was an issue of trust. It was an issue of, credibility. Even Trump, with all his faults, he said, look, talk about the economy. Why are you not talking? Why are you not saying that you do the things you say you want to do, Kamala? Why are you not doing them now? Why are you waiting for you to win power before you come and do it? The same conversation happened here in Ghana. When Bawumia said, oh, if I do them now, what will I do when I become president? Charlie, look, listen, voters aren't stupid. They know there are challenges, but they also know that the person telling them about the challenges and what they can do must come clean and honest. In this country, my own good friend Bawumia, what didn't he say about the economy? He was a whiz kid. When the exchange rate is whatever fundamental, it will expose you. We have solid men, all kinds of things. People remember these things, right? So it was a question about legitimacy. I mean, the barometer of legitimacy swung, not because they were talking about economic prowess and all of that. No. It was a question about trust. Trust. In the UK, it was trust. You think the Conservatives, what happened to my own Conservatives? They were lying, they were fooling. Look at Boris. Just said, Agronqua, misbehaving, saying corrupt. They were also very corrupt. And all of that stuff. In Ghana, what didn't you see? What didn't we experience here? The president can tell you, go to abdominal level, yanked off,
I see. Great. Yes. No, I'm with you. All right. So
the level was yanked off, and so many malgovernance that we saw. So please, let's not reduce this thing to some global wind that was blowing.
Okay, all right, great.
Global wind was blowing, but at the end of the day, it was also a question of people who needed to be sure that they were telling us the truth. And I think gaslighting people obviously was the least we could do, and it didn't help the party. So please, it is not a question of the global wind blowing. No. They'll kick you out right now. If there's integrity deficit in our system, and I don't think it was countenance well at all.
I see. Great. So Franklin, I'll come back to you.